and welcome. My name is Ella Kemp and I'm the London editor for Letterboxd. I am very excited to welcome you today to the 2024 BIFA Craft Category Winners announcement in partnership with Letterboxd, which is a global platform for cinephiles where you can share your life in film. BIFA celebrates the very best and brightest in independent British film, and what a year of filmmaking it has been. Let's take a look at the nominees across all BIFA categories.
So, tell me about yourself.
I want to get to know the real you.
Is that a good idea?
Yes.
I was joking.
Not gonna die. If you turn around, say it's over. I always cry when they say forever, like.
Do you want the world to know about you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I'm here to fight for truth, for justice.
Says so.
We'll do it then.
Oh, baby, thank God.
Just take it, all right?
Clear? Yes.
Absolutely.
You qualify.
What?
We are here today at the Sea Container Screening Room in London, and I am thrilled to be here today to present the 2024 BIFA Craft winners alongside the wonderful actor Connor Swindells, who can be seen at the top of next year in Nick Ham's epic William Tell. He's also returning to his role in SAS Rogue Heroes and starring in Lockerbie for the BBC and Netflix. You might also recognise him as Adam Groff in Sex Education, or have seen him in Greta Gerwig's Barbie. Hello, Connor. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, thank you for having me. It's a wonderful honour to be able to celebrate all the brilliant people who work in the craft departments. Craft is such a vital aspect of filmmaking, especially in independent cinema.
You've been involved in such a huge variety of very ambitious projects across film and TV. Can you tell us a little bit about your personal relationship with, the craft departments, maybe some of your favourites and what some things people might not know?
Absolutely. I think I'm always of the belief that craft departments are so, if not far more influential of a character that actor creates than the actor themselves. Costume, makeup, even, props and so on. It all comes into what the actor has in their mind. I think actors get far too much credit for what they do, and so often I found myself on set lost and had someone from costume give me something, or, even just the heart-to-heart chat that you might get with a makeup person before the camera rolls can really change how the scene goes. So I myself owe so much to craft departments in film. I mean, something that you might not know is that these people are the first in and the last out every day, and that's never said. So they work very, very, very hard at the work that they do, and that's why they're so brilliant at it, I suppose.
You've made me so excited, even more excited to be able to celebrate all of them today. Should we get into it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Our first category is Best Casting, sponsored by Casting Society and Spotlight. And the nominees are Heather Baston, Horde; Isabella O'Doffin, on Becoming a Guinea Fowl; Lucy Pardee, Bird; Carla Strong, Kneecap; Mary Vernier, Lindsay Graham Ahanonu, Love Lies Bleeding. And the BIFA goes to Carla Strong for Kneecap. Congratulations to Carla. Kneecap has been killing it this year. It has a 4.1 rating on Letterboxd currently. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship as an actor with casting directors? Obviously, the case of Kneecap is very interesting because you have the real boys of the band, but a lot of actors, and there's a lot of interesting things at play there.
First of all, a massive congratulations to Carla and everyone at Kneecap. That film's fantastic. God, I love that film. I can't believe that those guys weren't actors before the charisma they had was unbelievable. My relationship with casting, I think, casting basically allow an actor to come in and try and attempt to fix a problem. And then I tend to think of acting as sort of, you're a craftsman and you come in, you're almost like a plumber and you give a quote for fixing the sink, and sometimes that's not right, but ultimately you're trying to solve a problem that they have, which is casting that part, and really talented casting directors, which I've had the great privilege of working with, can put together an amazing list for a director and help them fix that problem. And obviously with the case of Kneecap it's a little bit different, but everyone that was in that movie was so well selected, and it was utterly brilliant. Next up is Best Cinematography, sponsored by Kodak and Molinaire, and the nominees are Pavel Edelman, Lee; Ben Fordsman, Love Lies Bleeding; Rob Hardy, Civil War; Eunice Roy Emir, The Outrun; and Ryan Kernahan, Kneecap. And the BIFA for Best Cinematography, sponsored by Kodak and Molinaire, goes to Ben Fordsman, Love Lies Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleeding director Rose Glass. She named Paul Verhoeven and David Cronenberg among her inspirations when she talked to Letterboxd about her visual influences on the film. Love to see Ben putting that in action. This is his second film with Rose Glass, and his second BIFA on a film directed by Rose, after winning in 2021 for his cinematography on Saint Maud. Connor, it said that actors and cinematographers have quite a close relationship. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely have a close relationship. I think that, I've had the great privilege of working with many masters of the craft in my career, and they've taught me so much about lighting and things like that. And that there is a particular screen craft that goes into screen acting, and a great DOP will get that out of an actor that is sometimes lost, or and so many times I've been pulled out of the trenches by great DOPs. I also just want to say amazing congratulations for Love Lies Bleeding, because I absolutely loved that film. I saw it last night. It was fantastic. I know I'm late to the party with watching it, but I was blown away by the cinematography and that. I thought it was stunning. Some of the camera movements were, perfect. So well, it was all perfect, but some of it was especially breathtaking, and the lighting and everything, it was really beautiful.
Seeing so many of those shots, I remember I saw Love Lies Bleeding on International Women's Day at Picture House Central. What a time at the pictures.
Yeah.
Would recommend.
Yeah.
Our next category is Best Costume Design. And the nominees are Zina Glamochin, Kneecap; Megan Kasperlik, Civil War; Olga Mill, Love Lies Bleeding; Niraj Miraj, Unicorns; and Michael O'Connor, Firebrand. And the BIFA for Best Costume Design goes to Michael O'Connor for Firebrand. Congratulations to Michael. This is his first BIFA win after 3 previous nominations, and he was also the costume designer on the BIFA-nominated Lee. It's no mean feat to bring to life Catherine Parr and Henry VIII as much in their life as their looks. Connor, you've got your own 14th century period piece on the horizon with William Tell. Can you tell us a little bit about how the costume design informed your character and really helped you get into it? And I also want to know about Barbie, because it's on a very different side of the spectrum, it feels like.
Definitely. Period costume is something that is a particularly hard thing to pull off. And congratulations to the team with this BIFA here. With William Tell, the costumes were fantastic. And it was the first time I'd ever actually put on a full set of armour and did all of that business, and the costume team made it as comfortable as it could be, and these things are incredibly uncomfortable. But it's a thrill once you stand there in front of a mirror and you see the character that you're going to be playing for the very first time, and it's always a sort of magical moment for me. And if you're lucky enough, you're in kind of conversation with everyone, which we were on William Tell, and it was the same on Barbie as well. In Barbie, I just had one uniform look, which was a sweater vest and slacks, which I loved. But again, it was just, once you put the uniform on, you're that person.
Were you ever jealous of any of the Kens and any of their costumes?
Jealous of the Kens. I was more jealous of Will Ferrell's pink tie and suit combo. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to be honest, if I'm speaking frankly, I was a big fan of that. Mm. No one wants to see this in hot pants or, I don't have it. Not right now.
Anyone can be Ken. There are many Kens.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right, Ella Kemp. What am I talking about? Now it's time for Best Editing, and the nominees are Stephen Beschinger, The Outrun, Joe Beanie, Bird, Margarita Cartaxo and Stuart Davidson, Made in England, The Films of Powell and Pressburger, Jake Roberts, Civil War, and Julian Ulrich and Chris Gill for Kneecap. And the BIFA for Best Editing goes to Julian Ulrich and Chris Gill for Kneecap. Massive congratulations to those guys. Kneecap was a fantastic film. The editing in that was sublime. The little kind of annotations and the amazing sequence where they're tripping and the dance moves are all in reverse. I really found that joyous. Yeah. I can't speak highly enough of that film. It was really fantastic.
I feel like if you've ever seen Kneecap perform live as well, it is no mean feat to edit it down to a short and swift film.
I can believe that. Yeah.
Massive credit to all involved. The next category that we have is Best Effects. And the nominees are James Allen, Love Lies Bleeding, Ingo Putzer and Glenn McGuigan for Lee, and David Simpson for Civil War. And the BIFA for Best Effects goes to David Simpson for Civil War. Congratulations. This is David's second time working with director Alex Garland after Men, which also won a BIFA for Best Effects in 2022. Have you seen Civil War, Connor?
I
Thoughts?
have. It's an amazing film. For me, it was largely a 1 hour, 49 minute long panic attack, but in the best way.
Yep.
I thought that film was sublime. The effects were incredible. The direction was amazing. The acting was incredible. Especially the sort of a lot of the gunfights that take place in the last act are really quite hard to watch because they're so visceral, and they were choreographed brilliantly as well. That whole sequence with Jesse Plemons, which I guess ends in a pretty nasty effect, I would assume. He's terrifying in that. Didn't like him in that. I mean, I loved him in that, but I didn't like him because he scared me. He was fantastic, but the effects in that film were sublime. I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the effect that Civil War had on me, I think, is that I never want to watch it again, and I mean that as the greatest compliment.
Yeah.
Because it's staggering.
For sure.
Stunning.
For sure. Yeah, amazing. Well done. Congratulations. Next up, we have Best Makeup and Hair Design, and the nominees are Megan Dorm and Frida Valenzuela, Love Lies Bleeding, Petter Dunstall, Back to Black, Kat Morgan, The Outrun, Lisa Mustafa, Unicorns, and Jenny Sherkor, Firebrand. And the BIFA for Best Makeup and Hair Design goes to Lisa Mustafa, Unicorns.
Huge congratulations to Lisa. This is her second time working with directors Sally El Hosseini and James Floyd, and her first BIFA win. Unicorns is so vibrant and beautiful in the way it shows the power of makeup and hair and clothing in terms of your self-expression. To be honest, it reminded me a lot of Ncuti Gatwa's character in Sex Education, and I feel like as Eric really comes into his own throughout the seasons, the way he interacts with your character Adam is really interesting in that respect. Could you tell us a little bit more about building that relationship?
Yeah, I think Shooty in Sex Education goes through much more of a kind of physical transformation than I did. I got off quite lightly, but I think the only thing really that changed for me was I had my head shaved in series 2 when Adam goes to military school, which I enjoyed. It was definitely made makeup and hair in the morning much quicker. So yeah, I mean, that relationship was built over years and years and years with Shooty and I, and the writers and stuff like that. And I think they did an amazing job. And I loved working with Shooty. I think he's such a talented actor and such a charismatic, individual who really lightens every set that he's on. And it was a pleasure to hang out with him for 4 years of our lives, I guess. Yeah.
Did you see yourself on Doctor Who?
I don't know.
Where would you fit in?
I don't know. I don't really know anything about Doctor Who. I'm scared to admit.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll be a Dalek. Why not?
Makeup and hair? Maybe a bit longer than Adam in the makeup chair.
Do you ever watch the episode of Doctor Who with the woman whose skin was stretched and she was just a thing of skin with a face on it?
That sounds nasty. In a great way.
Yeah.
No, tell me about it.
A woman was stretched and her skin had a face on it.
Yeah. Huge.
That could be me.
That could
I
be
could
you.
do that.
That could be, imagine the things you could do.
Come on, Shooty.
I'm ready. Our next category is Best Music Supervision. And the nominees are Ian Cook and Giles Martin for Back to Black, Clay Savage, Sister Midnight, Gary Welsh and Jeanette Renstrom, Kneecap. And the BIFA for Best Music Supervision goes to Gary Welsh and Jeanette Renstrom for Kneecap.
Congratulations. Again, Kneecap was really brilliant. And this is a huge achievement. The music in that was obviously amazing. I'm still singing it now. It's amazing. I was listening to it on the car here.
Favourite Kneecap song, go.
HOOD.
Correct.
That was incredible. And I loved that was kind of the encore of the film as well. It's so brilliant and so sort of perfect. Yeah, congratulations. Amazing.
Do you want to perform it at the BIFA's Kneecap? Keeping in the theme, what's the next category?
Now it's time for Best Original Music, sponsored by Universal Music Publishing Group. And the nominees are Mikey J. Asante, Kneecap, Burial, Bird, Stuart Earle, Unicorns, John Gertler and Jan Mizer, The Outrun, Clint Mansell, Love Lies Bleeding. And the BIFA for Best Original Music, sponsored by Universal Music Publishing Group, goes to Mikey J. Asante, Kneecap.
Massive congratulations to the team, to Kneecap, to original music. Question for you, Connor. Do you have any favourite film scores that help you get in the zone at work? And do you ever listen to existing film scores to help you develop new characters?
Interesting question. Well, I love Ry Cooder's soundtrack for Paris, Texas, and I listen to that quite a lot generally. In terms of developing characters, that's a good question. I don't really know. I think I'm so influenced by all manner of things. I do really love another great soundtrack is Moby's. I've forgotten the name of the song, but Forget Carter, the soundtrack Forget Carter that he did. Memory something. Is that right?
I don't know.
Can someone quickly fact check
Fact
that?
check?
Memory Gospel, I think.
Yes. Great. Well done.
Moby's soundtrack for Sylvester Stallone's Get Carter, Memory Gospel, was amazing. I love that song. And also Moby's soundtracks in the Bourne trilogy with Matt Damon hurriedly getting onto a train and scooting off. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. What about yourself?
2 answers, depending on the mood. If we're stressed and we need to get things done, it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, The Social Network.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable. If we're a bit sad, I just need to sit with it. It's Nicholas Breitel on If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh no. That's very sweet.
And if we're happy, we listen to nothing, apparently. Apparently. Kneecap.
Yeah, kneecap.
Moving on. Our next category is for Best Production Design, sponsored by ATC and Broadsword. And the nominees are Bobby Cousins, Horde, Katie Hickman, Love Lies Bleeding, Jan Howlevy, The Assessment, Katie Maxey, Civil War, and Nicola Moroni, The Kneecap. And the BIFA for Best Production Design, sponsored by ATC and Broadsword, goes to Jan Howlevy, The Assessment. Have you ever stolen anything on a film set? Part of the production design.
I've stolen many things.
What's the best one?
I have about a 6-foot tall painting of myself that I stole from the set of Dick Turpin, the Apple series. And currently it's facing, so the face of it is against the wall because my wife won't look at it. Our last craft category is Best Sound, and the nominees are Louise Burton and Brendan Rehill, Asa Hand and Chris Woodcock, Kneecap, Paul Davies, Andrew Stirk, Linda Forson, Rose Blade and Tim Burns for Love Lies Bleeding, Glenn Fremantle, Mary H. Ellis and Howard Bargroff, Civil War, Dominic Luber, Oscar Stiebitz, Jonathan Shaw and Gregor Bonds, The Outrun, Mike Presswood Smith, Chaba Major and Jimmy Boyle for Lee. And the BIFA for Best Sound goes to Glenn Fremantle, Mary H. Ellis and Howard Bargroff for Civil War.
Congratulations to the team, who are no strangers to BIFA wins and nominations, with Glenn and Howard having worked on Ex Machina and Men respectively. And Mary H. Ellis is a 2-time Oscar nominee and is the second female production mixer to ever be nominated for an Oscar.
That's amazing. Wow, congratulations guys. That's the sound design and sound on that was absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I'm still quite shaken by that whole film. Yeah, it's amazing.
What songs would you put on to get out of that mindset after listening to this?
Ooh, I think I would probably listen to Kneecap.
That was the only answer. Thank you for confirming. And that's it for this year. Another huge congratulations from all of us to all of this year's deserving winners. Connor, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's been so great to chat movies with you.
It's my pleasure, thank you. It's been an honour to be a part of this, thank you.
Psychological reverberations.
You don't know what side they're fighting for. You only have to be very gentle.
Orders from the king. We must remove your books.
All my books. What are we being assessed on exactly? It's a little opaque. Opaque? Not opaque, I just mean not clear.
You're late.
My wheel!